I'm trying to close those blinds. Let's start. Hello? Is that Stacy? I'm trying to get the light. It looks kind of dark. Hey, welcome. I'm gonna put my shoes on. So today's class, as I'm putting my shoes on, today's class is, of course, Core Sore Monday. But one thing that I was talking about on Thursday, I was talking about like having a stretching class. But then I started really thinking about overall fitness. What are the things, what are the tools that's essential when we are building up our overall health and posture and awareness of positioning our bodies, because as we are trying to move forward, maybe it's weight loss goals, maybe it's just overall well-being, we want to make sure that we are feeling good in our bodies, right? But if we're building up muscle, trying to build up muscle and not having proper alignment, it causes issues. So we really want to work on that today. I'll be going over some crucial exercises that you can be doing daily to help with your alignment. So one thing that I want you guys to remember, if you're doing classes with me or with anybody, or if you're working out on your own, be intentional about how you're showing up. First of all, that's why we always do the mindful practice, because mindfulness does what? Mindfulness makes you be more intentional. And when you're more intentional, you get your results quicker. So being intentional about when you're showing up, not just like, hey, let me just get moving, even though this class is called Get Moving, which is lovely. So being intentional, being mindful about how you're moving, knowing how your hips. So when we're doing the hips, moving the hips, understanding where your shoulders are, placing up in alignment with your hips and your knees, being aware of all those things. And I know a lot of people have knee issues, back issues, shoulder issues. A lot of those things can be fixed with posture awareness, being aware of your posture. So today, I'm going to do a little bit of talking, a lot of moving, but I want you guys to really start to connect with your body during this session, connecting with your body, being aware so you won't have any issues down the line. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but I used to run track. I'm a track runner. And I used to have all types of injuries because I used to work out 3 times a day. Well, I still do. But I used to work out so much, but I would be banging my body over and over and over, and I'm hurting myself. So if you're like a fanatic and you love working out, that's amazing. Or if you're just someone who's just trying to get results, that's amazing. You still want to show up being intentional in your body. Okay? All right, now my shoes is on. Now I did my spill. So today we're going to get moving, being intentional. Make sure you got your water super hot. I'm not going outside because it's hot. And you know, when you sweat and you work out like we work out, you can dehydrate really quick, and that can be dangerous. So if I have the choice, I'm going to go in somewhere where it's cool. So make sure you're drinking enough water. And you should be hydrated before class, too. All right. Enough talking. More doing. All right, we're coming down to the floor. Cross the legs. If your knees are super tight, it's tight in your hips, you can even cross, you can have them here, lift up, either or. Lift up nice and tall. Grab the front, lift the spine up nice and tall. And then you're just going to bring one ear to the shoulder. your chin down, but keep the spine tall. Roll it left to right. Nice and tall. Lift the chin up. Now you're going to lift up nice and tall. Lift the arms up. Lift up through the core. Watch the lats. If the lats get tight here, that's okay. We're just going to work those arms here. Exhale. And then inhale. Lift the spine up. Lift the arms up. Just working on that alignment. And then exhale down. Inhale, reach up. Sometimes when those shoulder blades get tight, the lower back, you start having issues with the lower back. So let's open up those lats. Inhale, lift up. Each time, see if you can get further. Watch that chin, don't get here. Keep the chin here. Exhale down. Lift up tall through the spine. Keep lifting the arms up. Working those lats. Exhale out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale out. Notice the tightness where it starts to pull. Allow yourself to just hold those arms up here. Lift the spine up tall. Breathe. Drop the right hand. Reach up and over. Now you're going to look up. Watch here. If this starts to collapse, open up. Look up. And breathe. Inhale. Take it over to the other side. Place that hand down. Reach up. Breathe. Look up. Good. One more time. Other side. Watch that core. Lift up tall. Use that core to sit. Keep that core turned on. And then switch other side. Good. Now bring the arms up. Notice. Take the arms back down. And then lift up. This time we're going to twist. Twist towards your left. Lift up nice and tall. Again, make that spine nice and tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist, nice and tall. Inhale, reach up. Lift up through the spine. Twist again. Inhale, lift up through the spine with that core. Twist. Notice the difference when you're being more intentional in your body. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, fold down. Breathe. Walk your hands over towards the right. I mean the left. Walk it over towards the right. Down the middle, stretching out that lower back. Take it back over towards the left. Really reach that right hand over the side. Feel that lower back. Nice, good stretch. Now take it over to the other side. Bring that left hand on top of the right. Bring it down the middle. Good. Now you're going to roll up, lift up nice and tall. Now crave, like curve in, and then lift up. Lift up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders back. And then back down. Good. Now you're going to place your hands on the mat. Bring the knees down underneath the shoulder. Let's do couple cat and cow. Drop the belly button. Roll it up. Drop the chin toward the chest. And then roll it. Back and comes down to the floor. Drive the heels down to the mat. Now you're going to press or bring the chest close towards the thigh. Press away. Now come forward, but then bring the belly button up towards the spine. And then press back. Now bend the knees a lot. Walk your hands forward. We're going to do that song again because we need that fast. Oh, I can't do that. Alright, one thing too I want you guys to be aware about the lower back issues. So if you have I be having lower back issues. One thing to be aware of to notice if that's an issue is when you stand here, stand shoulder length apart, and then I want you to just lift up one leg, and then lift up the other. So if you have to come over this way to lift up one leg, that means you have some imbalances. So one thing you want to think about is the core. We'll try to strengthen the butt, which is the reason why you're having some imbalances. So thinking about being intentional when you lift up that leg, think about the core to lift up. Alright? So when we go on side to side, you thinking about the center. And you thinking about how you distribute the weight. Lift up nice and tall through your spine. It's simple activities that we're doing, but they go a long way. You don't have to do a lot to be strong in your body. But you have to be intentional and be aware. Now we're going to do that same thing. Now we're going to lift up one knee. Try not to go to the side. Lift up. Grab that knee. Use that core. Lift up nice and tall. Good. Now you're going to switch. Same thing. Lift up that knee. Be intentional. Try not to lean over to the side. Just lift it up from here. And then pull. Good. Now just go back and forth. And notice if you're doing this. Notice if you're doing this. We're going straight up and down. We're thinking about the core. And we're taking it here. Good. So you can use that core as you lift up the knee. So when I'm saying lift the knees up, work that core, you actually working the core and you're not really hurting yourself. Alright, bring that leg straight forward. Warming up the hamstrings. Breathing. Now another thing when it comes to core is your lats. So we're going to work on the lats. When our shoulders get down like this, we get out of our position, our right alignment. So we want to get this here, rolling the back, being aligned with each other. So come down to the floor. Down on the floor. Bring the elbows here, chin down, and now we're going to pinch the shoulder blade, the elbows back. So you're just flexing them back. Back. Seven, 8, pinch them together, 9, 10. Now hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to bring the arms and bring them back. 2, 3, 4. Keep everything in line. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now hold again. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now drop it down. Now we're going up and down again. Up and down. 1, 2. Bring those shoulder blades together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it forward. We're going intentional, not fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do it. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now hold. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop it down and rest. Good. So now we're gonna come over onto your side. So what I was talking about, those imbalances, like charging up that hip. So you're gonna come over onto the side, bend the knees. We've done this before, but we're gonna do a little different. This time, you're gonna take your finger kind of back here, like just hold it right here. You're gonna just put a little pressure right there. Bend the knee, put a little pressure, hold it there. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna bring the knee here, paddle it forward, and then send it back. You got 10 of those. And bring it back. Bring it back. Make sure it's back here. You should feel it in your butt. That's 4. I don't know if that was 4 for you. That's 5. Turning on that butt. 6. 7. 8. 9. Woo, you feel that? 10. Good. Now let's do the other side. We're turning on that butt. To not hurt that lower back. Grab that right on the side. Bring the knee. Take it forward. And then back. You got 10. That's 1. That's 2. It's like a little bite, and then you send it back. And then you bring the knee forward. That's 3. 4. I don't know if that was 4. That's 5. Keep going. 6. 7. Turn them on. 8. Slow it down. I know you're trying to go fast. Slow it down. We've been intentional. 8. 9. 10. Strength happens slowly when you push it and you control. Control of our emotions, control of our minds. That's how you start to really feel your strength. Slow down and feel it. Slow down and make the foundation. All right, let's go to the other side. One more time. Sometimes we just want to rush through stuff. This time we're going to build ourselves up intentionally, mindfully, and being aware of where we are physically. That's 2. 3. Bring it back. 7. I think I'm counting right now. 8. 9. Last one. 10. Good. Other side. Hold that right there. Bend that knee. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. The hardest thing for anyone to do is make a slow foundation, right? They just want to be quick. We want the instant. 6. 7. Not us though. 8. Not us. We building a solid foundation for lifelong living. Let's do one more. Good. Coming on your hands and knees. Just kind of stretch that out. Stretch that out. Good. Now we're going back to the core. We're bringing it here. So we're going to bring it out. You see how my lower back is arched like that? And I already curved this way. Let's find a flat back. I want you to bring that core back towards the spine. Hold it there. Lift up one hand. Now notice where everything starts to shift. Notice if one side has more pressure, I want you to try to find your middle with that hand lifted. And bring it back down. We're going 10. We just want one hand, but I want you to be intentional. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good job. Now, other side, find your center. Bring that, when I say back towards the spine, kind of suck it in, kind of make it hollow, make it nice and solid. All right? Press the shoulder blades back up toward the ceiling, but you got a flat back, all right? So my shoulders not collapsed, so it's pressed back, and now I got a flat back. All right, other hand. Lift up. 1. 2. Be intentional. 4. 5. Notice where you at. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Perfect. Notice how you feeling with the arms. Now let's switch it. We're going to do the legs. Same thing. Lift up that left leg. You straighten it out. Hold it there. Notice. Hold it there. Now notice, try to distribute the weight. Now bring it back down. Let's do 10. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. Oh, you see how I got that arch? Flat back. See how I was getting there? Get that flat back. 6, 7. See, I can see myself now. I know what's going on. 8, 9, 10. So I even noticed for me, even getting that arch right there when I'm supposed to have that flat back. Really work that flat back on these legs, okay? I'm gonna try to do it better. Ready? Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The reason why we did individual, you can even see I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I even had that arch back. We want to get that flat back. We want to be intentional, try to get it as close as perfect as possible. All right, now we're going to do opposite leg, opposite arm. And really thinking about that, so when we lift up the right hand, we lift up that right leg. But first, make sure to flat back. So flat back, get that core nice and tight. Now you straighten it out and bring it back. If you're doing this right, you should feel your muscles. 2, 3. See, I get lazy and I drop my back. 4, 5, 6, 7. Watch that arch. 8, 9. Notice how you start rushing through. 10. Other side, fix that flat back. Make sure that back is flat. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now going back to the other side. This time we're going to really work on going to the side. So make sure that flat back. You take it here, take it there, and then you take your opposite hand. You're going to take it here, and then you take it over to the side. And then bring it back. Place it down. 10 of those, that was 1. Take it over. Don't forget to place it down. Because you got to reset, make sure that back is flat. Be intentional. Reset. That's 3. That's 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good job. Other side. I don't know, I'm sweating. I'm not moving fast, but I'm sweating. Take it to the other side. Take it forward. Throw don't fall. I mean, and then over. And then you have to readjust. Make sure the back is flat. Keep the chin up. Make sure the chin is up so the spine is long. That's 2. That's 3, so I keep arching my back. 4. 5. 6. 4 more. 7. 8. 9. Last one. Woo! Woo! Good job. Coming down to your back. Woo! All right, the bridge. The bridge pose. So that core that we just did is probably one of the best core activities that you can do for your lower back and for your ab to really keep it stable. So if you're doing that daily, thinking about keeping it neutral, being mindful, being intentional, that can really help with the core. All right? And then we're not really working with, the hands, the hip flexors. What happens when your core is not strong, you start doing your hip flexors. All right, so coming down to your back. All right, so you see that arch in your back? We're gonna put your back flat. Some of you guys probably back is already flat because your pelvis is already tilted. So if your back, so if it's easier, like, oh, my back is already there, I don't know what you're talking about, then you might have like those, your knees come in. So what you want to do is you still want to arch the back, working on arching the back. So if it's flat, then you arch. Then the knees, and then move the pelvis. So hands on your pelvis right here on the side, and then you just kind of move the pelvis forward and back. Forward and back. One of the things that happens with knees is the pelvis. So you have issues with this. So if it's hard for you to even do this movement right here, I talk about this all the time. If it's hard for you to even do this, you might have issues in your knees because the weight is being distributed all on your knees. So learning how to move it this way is important. Well, coach, I did, sprints. I was a sprinter and long jump. Coach, you didn't know that? Up and down, so going back and forth, back and forth. This is important. You can do this on the floor or standing, but we're on the floor right now. But this movement, if it's like stuck here, you might have lower back, you might feel it in your knees, or if it's arched like this, your back hurt, too overarched. All right, let's do a couple more of those. See if it's moving. You got some movement going? All right, now what we're gonna do is make sure the heels are here. The bridge is important. You lifting up, you coming up, draw through the heels, and then you coming down, but you're hovering. And I want you to think about your glutes, so your hamstrings, all of that stuff. My toes are up. The pressure is in my heel. Now you lifting up and you hovering. Now you feeling your thighs. And you see how my knees are coming out like this? I want the knees to come in, and I want you to imagine there's a ball in between. So if your knees are out like this and you just go up and down, I want you to bring the knees in like your knees to come this way, straight this way. Now I want you to bring the knees in like it's a ball there. You're holding a small ball in between your knees. Make them nice and tight. Lift up. Lift, don't move them. Hold the ball. Now you feel the glutes. Now you feel it. Now hover. You're still holding that ball. And then lift back up. back and down, up and down. Hold that ball. The knees should be coming in this way. You're holding it tight, like it's a ball in between. 3. Be intentional. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now hold it up there. Hold it. Hold it. It's a ball here. I want you to bring the knees coming together like this. Like it's a ball. You should be shaking. Tight, 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 tight. Bring the knees in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just hovering. We're going back up and down. We're not done. Up and down. Hold the knees together. 2, 3. What we're doing is laying the foundation for our overall health, understanding how we're operating in our body when we're doing these classes. I want you to be intentional when you show up to the classes. You know what you're doing. Bring the knees together. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now hold them together, tight. Don't be scared of it when it starts to burn. Tight that butt together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Good job. Now if you have that arch, push that back down to the floor. Lift the knees up. You're going to take it here. Straighten out the legs. Place your hands on the butt, on the floor. We're going to lift the butt. That's what I was thinking. So when we lift this butt, even if it's a small movement, I don't want you to rock back to get your legs up. I just want you to use that little push right there, that little stomach muscle right there. That's what I want you to use to go straight up to the ceiling. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Bend the knees. Now you're going to have your arms out wide. You're going to take it over, let it hover. Don't touch the ground. And then use that core to lift both knees back up. Take it over to the other side. Let it hover. That's 1. Other side. Use that core. That's 2. your digestive health. 7. It's okay if you got gas, let it out. You at home. Don't try to hold it. I know what it's going to you. 8, 9, 10. Good. Back to the side, side to side. Be intentional. Be intentional. We're working the side obliques. Lift them up. Feel that muscle. Last one. Good job. Let's do this. So we coming on the side. Building the foundation, being intentional about our bodies. One thing that I do know, being an ex-athlete, I guess I'm still an athlete at heart, we train our bodies repeatedly, sometimes the wrong way, just to try to build our bodies to do what it wants to do. And when we end up doing it, causing injuries. So not us. We're being intentional. Coming to the side, we're going to work on the side obliques again, coming to on your forearms. You can be on your knee. You can lift it up here. Try to get the shoulders aligned. If you're feeling real good, you can keep that bottom leg straight, finger right on top, hands here. And what we're going to do is, you can hold here if that's a lot, but if not, you can dip that here. Legs bent. Same thing. Think about that side oblique. 5, 4. Good. Now hold. Now what you're going to do is, if you're feeling good, you can take that leg, lift it up. Five more. Or just hold. Good job. Other side. Of course we got to do a challenge. Maybe this side, the other side is stronger. Let's see. Maybe I feel like that was my weak side. So you have your knees bent. If that was challenging, it's a little bit easier. Watch out if the shoulders here. Open up. Get them shoulders behind shoulders. I'm trying to do the challenge. Keep it here, hold, and then dip. But if you're feeling good, you can stay here or lift the leg. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Now I know how weak my abs are. So we're going to do forearm plank. Bring it here. Take it here. We get nice and long. So watch here. Watch if you get here. Watch if you get here. Make sure you get here. Flat back. Drive the heels down towards the opposite wall. Bring that belly button back towards the spine and then breathe. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lift the leg up. Try not to go side to side. Try to keep everything in a line. Last one. Drop the knees. Woo! Good job. Let's go back to the side, obliques. This time I'm over here pulling. I'm going to do the modification. Bend the leg. Or you can do straight leg. You know, you're probably stronger than me. Open up the chest. Take it here. And then dip it down. One day, I'm going to do this 2 sets. Good, now lift the leg up. That was my picture, it fell. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, other side. How y'all feeling? You feeling strong? Bend the leg, lift up. Shoulders here. Dip the dip. Dip the hip. Now lift the leg up. Somebody want to try to have a break. Holding it here. Bring it here. Lift up. Watch here. Don't get here. Don't get there. Get here. Bring the shoulder blades here. Hold. Breathe. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the legs up. Try not to go side to side. Be intentional. Drop it down. Good. Come back. Breathe. Good. Now we're coming up on our hands. Lift the knees up. Walk the hands back. And then walk it back forward. Flat back. We got 10. 3. 4. 5. 'Take that hand Nice and tall. Just toward that knee, I mean. Good. Inhale. Now bring that hand down. Take that other hand, bring it inside the knee. Drop it down. Nice little stretch. Now you nice. Lift it up. We got 10 lift ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I keep it lifted. Bring that leg that's in the front. Step back. Press back. Now lift up for the leg. Step it through. That back leg that's up. Drop it down. Now lift up. That opposite hand to the knee. Lift that hand up. Then you're going to bring it to the knee and then you're going to twist. And break. Use that core to stabilize you. You should be feeling good in your core. Inhale, reach up. Bring that hand down. Now the other hand, bring it inside. Drop the shoulder. Now that back leg here, straighten it out. And then drop it down. We got 10 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now hold that leg there. Now you're going to bring your hands in outside. You're going to bring that leg that's in the front. Step it back. Then press back. Breathe. Good. Now walk the feet towards your hands. Drop it down. Let it go. Bring the feet about shoulder length apart. Drop the butt. Lift the head up. Drive, bring the weight back onto the heels. Drop the head. Lift the butt up. Straighten out those legs. We got 10 of those. Drop the butt, lift the head. Weight onto the heels. Drop the head, lift the butt. Drop the butt, lift it up. 4. 5, weight onto the heel. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one, lifting up. You're going to take it here. Lift the chest up. Keep the knees bent. Bring the arms up. Lift up, lift up, lift up. All right, now let's check in from what we did before. Lift up one knee and notice. Are you more balanced, or do you still need to work on? Did we improve? A little bit? No, not too much. Inhale, reach up. Drop the head. Walk your hands over towards the right. Over towards the left. Down the middle. And then open up the left hand, open up the arms. Lift up, reach up towards the ceiling. Place that hand back down. Switch other hand, reach up towards the ceiling. Drop it down. Rolling up nice and easy. Rolling back. The biggest thing is turning on the muscles. Making sure we're working the muscles that's intended to be worked on. Bring the feet in together. Find your make-believe friend. Think about that cord and lift that leg up. But we're going to reach it back. You can grab that. Whatever you need to grab. Or you can work on some balance. Go ahead and switch other side. Good job. Come down nice and easy. Lift up tall. Notice, see how you feel. Can you lift up taller? Maybe. It's alright, it's a process. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Letting go of expectations of where you should be. Inhaling the now and fresh possibilities. Exhale out of judgment, criticizing self, and doubts. Inhale positivity, light, love. Exhale out hate, fear, anger. Lift up tall through your spine. Allow yourself to be intentional and centered, focused. Building up the mind, your emotions, and also your body. You can open them. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, center, ground yourself, root up, nice and tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, root down. Inhale, reach up, open up. Say yes to life, yes to love, yes to growth. Yes, to clarity. Give yourself a hug and a kiss. Mwah, mwah, mwah. That is your class. Glad you guys came out. I know this class is different. We're usually on Monday. We're jamming and doing some stuff, but definitely wanted to be intentional about teaching, making sure that you guys are aware of what we're doing and the purpose of the movements of the exercises. And one thing came to me while we were, was emotional strength. That is one thing that we can all improve is our emotional IQ. When we get triggered, how we are responding, are we actually really reflecting on what somebody has said, what somebody is doing, and really growing better relationships. So really working on your emotional well-being is very crucial right now in terms of what's going on in the world. As we are getting triggered time and time again, how do we build up within to get stronger, to have clear and have peaceful action where we can actually really come to a solution in terms of our well-being and also our community, and then ultimately the world. So making sure that you are taking care of yourself internally so we can change the world externally. All right, my name is Venus Washington. Hopefully you guys had a great class and I didn't get too preachy. But I love you guys. I'll be back live Thursday at 1 o'clock and 6 p.m. All right. If you love it, if you love this video, share it. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Venus Inspires, and tell everybody to come work out. All right. Peace.